Good evening and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming to you live from the Bog, the Nantucket Community Ice Rink, as we have our Nantucket girls varsity hockey team taking on the Barnstable Redhawks co-op team. Finally, we get to see some girls hockey here on the ice. Cannot wait to get to the live action, but we are coming to you from the Community Ice Rink. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler Sports here on the NSC and NCTV. Happy to have you along here as usual. We've got a great crew. Ashley Klatt will be doing some in-game interviews. I've got our first graduate crew member, Olivia Nascimento, on the camera. She'll be up in the perch with me, being your eyes on the ice. Sean Davis providing us all the cool shots here rinkside. And, of course, Charles in charge, the brains of the op, the live TV guru for NCTV. He'll be bringing you all the live action, making us look as cool as we can, of course. The Whalers are 0-5 on the season, but are happy to be in the mix here as an official MIAA squad after a club season the last couple years. All 5 games have been on the road, so we're very excited. Aren't we excited to see our girls in action here? Absolutely. We've got a great fan base going to be filling the seats up here. We've actually got the youth hockey crew that's going to be providing the pyramid for the girls to come through here. First time we get to see them. They did actually face this Barnstable squad, which comes in at 2-3 on the season. And it is a co-op between Cape Cod Tech and Upper Cape Tech as well. 10-2 was the final score of the first matchup. Not indicative of how they played. I talked to Coach McNeil, and he was very excited to get things going. We'll get to our game preview here in a second, but as you can see, the kids are lining up here, getting ready for the girls to take the ice. Before we get to our game preview, I do want to take a moment and thank our founding sponsor for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the students of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcasts. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors.
There you see the Lady Whalers taking the ice here for the first time at home. It's been 5 games on the road. They come into tonight's tilt looking for a win, but it is not for a lack of effort and energy for the game. Great stuff from our youth hockey group as well. Head coach Andrew McNeely has seen it all in his short tenure here as head coach, his 3rd year after no team on the ice 2 years ago. Last year's club team affiliation. He is proud to have a team competing in the MIAA varsity level once again, and I cannot tell you how excited he is about the opportunity to get back on the ice for these kids. He is more fired up, I think, than the players. And, again, they faced off against this Barnstable team not too long ago to begin the season. It was a 10-2 victory for Barnstable, but he said the game was awesome. Everyone played well. It didn't matter what the score was. They just got out there, competed for the full game, did not give up, did not say, oh, it's 10-2, that's the end of it. He said the game was great and was extremely proud of his team's effort. And as you can see, they are excited to get back on the ice here and finally play in front of their home crowd as we will see it file in here nicely. The youth hockey group supporting them as well. And it's been fantastic. Again, lots of players, very young crew. They have 6 8th graders on the roster, so game experience will be what the goal of this entire season will. will be. I mean, it doesn't matter if they don't win a game. It'd be nice to win a game. There's no doubt about that, just for the confidence level. But Coach McNeely knows that this is a learning process. This will be the first time a lot of these 8th graders will get game experience at the varsity level, and that's what it's all about, just gaining that experience. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. Play your hearts out. Play the game that you love and have grown to love and have played since you were a baby, and enjoy every moment of it. So it's fantastic. I cannot wait to see what the outcome is here. Obviously, Ruby Muse in net. She played last year as the club goalie. She will be on the spot here. She will face a lot of shots. So unfortunately, she's kind of on the spot, but it will be a learning process for her. Every minute this team is on the ice, they learn and they get better. So that's what it's going to be all about. For Barnstable, again, they faced a lot of the same problems and challenges that this Nantucket team did 2 years ago. 0-17, didn't win a game. Changed coaches. Justice DeBorger is taking on a new crew, and he's got a lot of experience as far as seniors, but not a lot of game time because they had a full crew. So it's a challenge no matter what. I'm going to take a quick break here, get up into the perch, get myself settled down here. We got a couple minutes of pregame festivities, and then we'll get to it with the starting lineups, our national anthem, and, of course, the opening face-off here as the Whalers take on the Barnstable Redhawks.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
With the Nantucket Sports Connection, and I'm here with Coach Max. Coach, what do you think about going into this game today?
You know, I think we've had some good practices this week. There's a lot of good things to build on. You know, we've got a young group, but it's a great group of kids. And so we're looking to come in with some strong energy first off and, you know, make some good things happen.
Is there any particular players that you're looking out for to help hold up the team?
No, I think, you know, what makes hockey such a great sport is that it's a collective team effort. You know, we've got some great talent on the team overall, and so looking for everybody to come together, work as a team, and, again, make some good things happen.
Yeah. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you, Coach Max, and we'll see you guys up in the perch. Thank you.
Great stuff from Ashley Klatt, and, of course, thanks very much to assistant coach Max Perkins for chatting with us, and he is absolutely correct. Obviously, plenty of talented skaters. It's just a matter of putting it all together, cohesiveness. We're looking for Captain Sadie Patterson to do her best job on the defensive side of things to help protect Ruby Muse a little bit. And, of course, Olivia Shuttleworth is an absolute talent at 8th grade. She has found the net a couple times here in the first couple of games, and she will be one of those players we will watch continue to get better. All right, we got the starting lineups coming up with Chip Clooney. So in net for Barnstable will be Caroline Means. So Lorelei Fox, again, Sadie Patterson, senior defenseman. Ruby Muse finishes up the starting lineup there for the Whalers. All right, Whalers Nation, we are ready to go here for the opening face-off as the girls' varsity hockey team finally gets to play a game at home. Again, a nice crowd filing in here as again, had a great intro to the game with the youth hockey team, making a team pyramid for our girls. So for the Redhawks, some talented young players, including Kate Buckler and Emma Da Silva, who each netted a couple of goals in the win over Nantucket to begin the season. And before we get too deep into the game, I do want to mention, and we will mention this again in the intermission, the backstory on Emma Da Silva and her former teammate Maya White, both of which are cancer survivors. So we'll chat about that and include Maya White's nonprofit. But we've got the opening face-off here for the Whalers. Whalers Nation, are you ready? We are, and the Redhawks control the puck as play continues here in the neutral zone. Nantucket gets to it. Eden Myers sends it in. As the Whalers try and get it cleared out, they do so. Sophie Fellows along mid-ice here. And the Redhawks enter the zone. First shot, saved by Ruby Muse. Rebound, scores. Oh, unable to get it out of the way as Muse was down on the ice, and the Redhawks post the first goal of the game in 36 seconds. It was number 15, Catherine Cannon. After Muse had the first initial save with the pads, unfortunately the rebound was right in front of her, and the Redhawks know what to do. Here's another 2-on-1. Muse, another save. Good block, actually, in front. Didn't make it to Muse. Back the other way it goes. Charlotte Graham, number 6, chasing after, along with Morgan Gamble, who netted her first varsity goal. Along the boards, the Redhawks skate to it, tipped away. But controlling it is number 2, Catherine Buckler. She can score, swings around, shot deflected. Good defense by the Whalers. Shot saved by Muse, kept in play. Nice defense there as the Whalers get the clear. Alex Wisentanner able to get a stick on it and get it out of harm's way along the boards. Good forechecking by number 16. As the Whalers look to pound it in. Kept in play. Here's a centering attempt, blocked. And in the boards, Lily Case for the Redhawks. Gets to it. Centering pass goes off the post. Juicy rebound. That was a low angle, but Whalers unable to get it clear. Here's a shot just wide of the net as Muse was in position. Gets in front again, and the Whalers able to get the puck out of harm's way. Good forecheck by the Redhawks. Kayla David kept it in play. And along the boards it goes. Here comes the Whalers back the other way. Olivia Shuttleworth denied entry. And the Redhawks head back the other way. They got it into the zone, but nobody home for as Catherine Cannon sends it into the crease. Nobody there for Barnstable. And the Whalers head back the other way. Good board pass. And Patterson unable to get the pass from Shuttleworth. Here's a shot deflected up over the net, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Good defense there as the stick was down to ricochet back over the net. We'll have a face-off at 11:44 left here in the first period. Redhawks with a 1-0 lead. One of those excuse me goals as the rebound came back and Catherine Cannon able to net it past Muse. Muse gets the pad down and she'll dive on it to set up another face-off. Another good save by Muse. I've got her unofficially with 3 saves already. Barnstable gets to it, but the Whalers are there on defense. Clearing the zone by herself was Lorelei Fox, a sophomore. But Barnstable enters the zone with a 3-on-2 advantage. Good move to avoid one shot. Save! Muse in perfect position along the post. Near side. Whalers get the clear. Along the boards. Sent in. Whalers behind the net. Pass was deflected. And Barnstable looks to clear. Unable to get a clean clear, but they do flip it over the blue line, and the Whalers will get reset. Good move to enter the zone. Shot goes in wide of the net. Whalers are there. Sadie Patterson along the boards loses a skate. And the Whalers converge on it. Barnstable behind the net. Good move to avoid the defense. That's Emma Da Silva. We will be chatting with her about her as she is, again, one of those 2 cancer survivors for the Barnstable Redhawks. Pass team centering attempt deflected away. Good defense by the Whalers. Redhawks keep it in on the forecheck. Here's Cannon with a move. Runs behind the net. She'll send it along the boards back to the point. Pass all the way in. Oh, nearly connected as it went all the way through the crease dangerously. But play continues. Centering attempt goes off the stick of number 9, Leah Bertling. And the Whalers will just look to clear it. They do get it over the blue line as the Redhawks will have to reset. Line change for both teams. Phoebe Fitch, just an 8th grader, plays it up. Nice poke check by Sadie Patterson to get it out of harm's way momentarily. And they'll have to get back reset here as Again, the Whalers just get it out of harm's way. Clock approaching 9 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 is our score. Red Hawks with the lead, and they will advance into the zone 3-on-2. Shot, scores from the point. A perfectly placed shot. And the Red Hawks take a 2-0 lead on an impressive wrister from number 3, Carly Booten, the junior defender for the Red Hawks. And at the 9-minute mark, the Whalers now down 2-0. Play continues here in the neutral zone. Poke checked into the zone by Shuttleworth. Patterson in there as well on the offensive end. Shuttleworth gives chase. It'll be Patterson getting to it. She'll center. Ooh, just over. Out of the reach. Of Jimmy Verney. As play continues here in the neutral zone. Enters the offensive end, but Barnstable controls. Entering the zone. Pass goes through the crease as Catherine Cannon was looking for some help. She's already got a goal in the game. And stuck along the boards as play finally continues out of there. It's a scrum along the boards here. Kicking and shooting, and finally the Whalers, Sadie Patterson gets to it and gets it clear. Emma Da Silva plays it along the boards and gets it out of harm's way here. Cross ice, intercepted. Shot, saved by Ruby Muse. Along the boards and out of harm's way across that blue line. Barnstable gets reset at mid-ice. Lifted out of harm's way. This will be an icing, but that's all right. We'll stop the clock at 7:12 and head back down the river. Whalers get some fresh skaters. Now down 2-0 here with 7:12 to go. Ford Versailles, Lorelei Fox, Eden Myers. As Barnstable controls, tipped away and behind the net. Red Hawks control, nice defense, poke checked out of harm's way. As here's a point blank shot. Muse is in position. That was Catherine Buckler looking to add to the Barnstable lead, and icing waved off here as Sophia Fellows gets to it first for the Red Hawks. They enter it into the zone, and Nantucket outskates it. Buckler in front. Muse gets to it. Backhanded attempt. Goes wide. And the Whalers are able to corral the puck. Unable to get it clear. Shot lifted wide of the net. Muse was in perfect position. Finally, the Whalers clear. Skating after it, Versailles. And Fox. Some fresh skaters for Nantucket. Kept in and played from the ground. Ray Whiteley, the junior, able to keep it in for Barnstable. And intercepted. Pass deflected in front. Runs through the crease. And played along the boards. That's Bertling for Barnstable, keeping it in play. Good forecheck. Pass goes over to Whiteley. She was unable to get a clean stick on it, but play continues in the Barnstable end. Whalers will get to it here and advance. Estella Groh gained the zone but was warded off. Cross ice pass. And the Redhawks advance. Here's Whiteley. Waits, shots, scores. Deflected by the defender. Muse was down in good position, but Whiteley able to find the net just above Ruby Muse's shoulder. And at 4:58, the lead swells to 3-0. Barnstable controls the faceoff, quickly advancing into the offensive end. Good poke check away by the Whalers defense. That's Buckler, number 2. She is probably the Barnstable's best offensive player, and offsides the call at 4:43. Be a faceoff just outside the blue line. Shuttleworth will take it for Nantucket. She actually wins the face-off. And here's Whalers advancing. Patterson chases after it in the corner. And Barnstable clears. Good defense by the Whalers as they try and turn defense into offense. Good deke by Shuttleworth. One-on-one. Makes a move. Shots just wide. And it looks as if in net it's Sarah Bacote. Patterson puts it in. Ooh, through the crease. Nobody home for the Whalers. Kept in nicely on the point. Redhawks trying to get it out of the zone, but Patterson keeps it in. Centering attempt just beyond the reach of Sophia Yelverton. And Barnstable will just ice it. Clock will stop at 3:31 to play here in the first period. Whalers down 3-0. They will have a face-off in their offensive end upcoming. Yelverton on the face-off. She sends it on net. Quickly picked up by De Silva. A little redirect as De Silva plays it through the crease and will get it out of the zone herself. She gains the offensive end. Gets through one defender, but warded off nicely as the Whalers recovered. She stays with it, however. Gets a little "hey, how you doing" from Megan Olson. And the Whalers finally get to the puck here, and we'll try and get the clear. Into the offensive end as Yelverton was played off along the boards. She gets to it. Pass was deflected. Shot all the way through. Save made. Good save. As Olsen from the point was able to get a clean shot all the way through to net. And Barnstable will get the clear. Whalers chasing after. Yelverton gets to it. Plays it along the boards, and after a line change, Barnstable had to remain onside. As once again, Buckler was looking to attack. Nearly a cross check there, but no whistle. Again, Buckler denied access to the net, and the Whalers get a good clear back to mid-ice. Buckler gets to it. She's converged on 3. Whalers get to her. And Megan Olsen will be called for a cross check here. I believe, unless it was just offsides. Just offside, so just a face-off here outside the Brew line. A minute 42 left here in the first period. Whalers down 3-0. But again, score is just relative here. Honestly, they're competing and playing the game that they love, and that's all that matters. Good job by Shuttleworth, who gets to the puck first. Good defense by the Red Hawks to ward her off. Up ahead, good pass. Whalers converge. Here's Patterson, who gets it over the blue line. Red Hawks going to have to reset. And Patterson with a poke check. Nicely done by Sadie Patterson. Down to a minute 10 and counting here. Patterson harasses behind the play. Barnstable gets the clear. Sent back into the zone. No icing. Waved off. And the Whalers will get to it. The chase is made by Jimmy Verney. And off the boards. And out of harm's way. Whalers will have to reset here, see if they can get something going here with the final 40 seconds. Off the skate of Shuttleworth. Here's Patterson along the boards. Nearly kept in play. And here's a breakaway opportunity for Barnstable. Shot, scores. Bertling on the gift, but she nets it home after the steal at mid-ice. As you can see here on the replay, Muse tried to cut off the angle, just didn't get the glove down in time. She was in good position, and again, good movement to cut off the angle, but 4-0 our score here with 25 seconds and counting here in the first period. And offside going to be called on the Red Hawks. And we'll have a clock stoppage with 18 seconds to go. Stay with us as we'll keep it here, we'll take a quick break and get an interview with Ashley Cladd as she'll try and chat with one or more of our players here. Final few seconds. Intercepted. Shot wide of the net as the buzzer sounds. Buckler had an opportunity there right before the buzzer. So the Whalers skate to a 4-0 deficit at the end of one. We'll come back here with some more live action, see if we can gather a couple of the players for a quick interview. Good job by the Whalers. Unfortunately down 4-0 after a couple of, I don't want to call them cheap goals, but a couple of goals that could have been avoided. Turnover at mid-ice, and of course that initial goal just 34 seconds in. But we'll take a quick break here and see if we can gather a player or two here for an in-game interview. You're watching the Nantucket Whalers Athletics here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll be right back.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Boston Pops.
Where are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass. Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot. It runs in. It's good. You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead.
Gets it by.
very much.
My mark, get my mark, get your mark. Yeah.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
He's got it! He's got it!
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3 Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler! ¡Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
I want to welcome you back to the Bog here at the Nantucket Community Ice Rink. Whalers down 4-0, but I wanted to take a moment and chat about a couple of the Barnstable players, as it's a pretty incredible backstory here. Emma De Silva, as we mentioned, number 14, and her former teammate Maya White, who graduated last year, are both cancer survivors. Unbelievable that they've had to battle an ailment like that, and they took full advantage of the hockey culture and the hockey lifestyle. Maya White, a graduate in 2025, took it upon herself to organize a foundation in 2023, Maya's Militia. We'll talk about that a little bit again. It obviously helps raise awareness and, of course, funding for pediatric cancer treatment. They've organized a couple of games called Pink in the Rink. They had their Pink in the Rink game just a week ago and started that in 2024. A couple of cornhole tournaments in the spring, also to raise awareness and money, and a couple other events to help their cause. Just an amazing and inspiring story. And these kind of stories don't come along in sports very often, especially at the high school level. So unbelievable that they were able to use the game of hockey, the game that they both loved and enjoy playing. And as you can see, Emma De Silva still on that team. She lost her entire sophomore year to this ailment, and it certainly helped her mental ability to rely on the culture of hockey and her teammates. And of course, Maya's Militia directly helped get her through her ailment, and obviously she's done a great job of keeping her body in shape to be able to compete at a high level here and anchors that defensive side of things for the Red Hawks. If you have the ability or would like to help, it is a 501c Maya's Militia. You can check it out on Faceland, on Instagram, and of course the organization is online. Again, just puts things in perspective here as far as the game going beyond the ice and going beyond the ice rink and going beyond the competitiveness. Worthy of a mention beyond just Nantucket playing Barnstable. So I just wanted to take a minute, and as soon as I saw what was that little tidbit of information, again, great job by the Cape Cod Times covering this and bringing it to light, again, as they had their Pink in the Rink game just a week ago. Again, that is Maya's Militia. If you want to check it out, or if you are just a fan of good, just good. We don't have a lot of that kicking around right now. So if you're a fan of good, by all means, check out Maya's Militia. And if you can help out in any way financially, obviously that goes directly to pediatric cancer research, cancer funding. Certainly we are fans of good and fans of hockey and hope that no one has to go through that kind of battlefield that both Maya and Emma and their families went through. But they are survivors, and it took all of the hockey culture around them and their families and friends to get them to the other side of things. And again, we wish all the best to their families and to both of them. And as you can see, Emma De Silva nearly went the full length of the ice to score one, but she netted 2 in that first game against the Whalers. And again, they were able to come back from an 0-17 year to pick up a couple of wins here already, 2-3 on the season. So again, we are obviously pro Nantucket here, but this kind of story does not come around very often. And again, it is a story of survivors and surviving what obviously claims lives. And so that kind of resilience to be able to get back on the ice and compete at a high level for both Maya and Emma is worthy of our notice. So again, a tip of the cap to the Barnstable hockey culture as they are able to rally around 2 of theirs to certainly get them back on the ice and to get them healthy in general. Is just a feel-good story, and we're happy to take a moment and recognize that as well. So we're waiting for the players to come back on ice. We'll take one more quick break here and come back with Ashley Klatt on as the players will come out of the locker room. We'll see if they're entering. It looks like Barnstable coming out. Maybe we won't. Looks like we'll maybe keep it here. I can certainly give you more of our very busy week of action here as the Whalers continue our marathon here, as a couple of players coming out here. Our next game obviously will be tomorrow as the boys host Cape Cod Academy in another league matchup. The girls hoopsters will look for their 3rd win in a row as they have beaten the Vineyard, as we saw in Sturgis East. New head coach Angela Patterson's got a couple of games on the W side of things. So congratulations to her. They will take on the Rising Tide Herons on Friday. And then the boys are back on the hardwood on Saturday, concluding our very busy week of action. They will take on the Gardner Wildcats in the first ever matchup between these 2 teams in any sport. And as you can see, the girls getting ready to take the ice. Got to wait for the nets to get back on the magnets here as the referees will get things going here. So we will take a quick break here as the Whalers look to take the ice along with the Barnstable Red Hawks. Period number 2 coming up. Whalers down 4-0. You're watching Whalers Athletics on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Myrick O'Connell, attorney at law, providing legal services for Massachusetts residents for over a century. Learn more at myrickoconnell.com. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back to the bog here as we've got assistant coach Corey Tibbetts hanging out with Ashley Klatt. Ashley, take it over. Let's see what coach has to say about the first period.
I'm Ashley Klatt. Welcome back to Nantucket Sports Connection. We're here with Coach Corey after the first period. Coach, how are you feeling after the first period?
Well, not a great start, but I think we came out with a great energy, and we're building on that. We're a young team, and so learning to be resilient is going to be a big thing for us as the years go on.
Is there anything you're mainly focusing on, offense, defense?
Well, our defense zone coverage, we had a couple breakdowns, so being better there would be good. But like I said, that comes with experience. We're a young team, so we're keeping building on it, and we'll fix up those mistakes as the game goes on.
Thank you, Coach Corey, and I hope the best for you. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you back in the perch.
Thanks, Ashley. Great stuff from her, and thanks to Corey Tibbetts for chatting with us. I agree with him 100%. Couple of defensive breakdowns led to goals, including that first one from like 30 seconds into the game. That's just not the way you want to start things off here. But resilience, nonetheless, will be the key for the Whalers. They were able to get a couple shots on goal, a couple of good quality shots as well. Let's see if they can maybe net one here and get some more confidence here. Again, I'm waiting to see if maybe Matt or somebody sends me a text as the boys hockey team off island today. They are facing an undefeated squad in the St. John Paul Lions. I think it might be a little payback here as we've had the Lions number over the last few years. But they have got a fantastic goaltender in Mr. McAleese. He is probably one of the best in the Cape, if not the state. So it's going to be a tough sled here for the Whalers off island. We'll have to see if we can get an update. They started at 4 o'clock, so the game should be close to finishing up. We'll see if we can get a final score, maybe some sort of update as we are ready for play here. Second period upon us. 15 minutes on the clock here. Whalers down 4-0. As one of the referees chatting with head coach Justin DeSorger, just in his first year, as we are underway here for period number 2. Redhawks control the face-off. Whalers give chase, and they will enter the zone. Pass goes in. And kicked out of the slot there, but right back to the Redhawks as they continue to attack. Pass goes through the crease, lifted. Oh, nicely done, kept in play, but the Whalers get to it here. That's Verney gaining the zone, or getting it out of the zone, loses the skate as it comes to center ice. Tipped away, here's Patterson, who will shovel it into the zone, and the Whalers will give chase. Let's see if they can get a forecheck here and gain the zone. Ooh, Centering pass deflected. Back to the point, it's Wisentanner. She enters it in, pass in front! Good defense by the Red Hawks. They head back the other way. Good opportunity by the Whalers. Wisentanner unable to deflect, pass to the point, and hits a Red Hawk player right in front of Ruby Muse. And the Whalers will get it out of harm's way as Verney enters the zone. Spinning, backhanded pass attempt goes off the boards. In front, it's Bacote. Oh, did that sneak over the line? No, it did not. So we'll have a face-off. Nice save by the junior number 30, Sierra Bacote. So Carolyn Means, the senior, gets the night off. 13-19 left on the clock here as the Whalers look to get on the board here. That is Emma Da Silva, the aforementioned defender. I had a little chat about. Here's a pass into front. Yelverton looking to connect with Varsity. And the Redhawks look to clear. Nicely done. Poke checked in by Megan Olson. Again, just an 8th grader. 6 of the 8th graders playing at the varsity level here. So the future of Nantucket hockey looks very bright. Kept in play at the point. And backhanded out of the crease as the Whalers try and keep the pressure on here. Poke check miss, but it will be Bernazani getting to it. And good forecheck as the Whalers look to keep it in the zone here. Off the bench comes Gamble. Yelverton unable to get a clean stick on it. Berzanani able to stop play, and could have been a tripping call there, but no whistle. Berzanani gets to it first. Barnstable with a line change. 5 fresh skaters as cross-ice pass is intercepted. Bertling and a whistle stops play as we'll have an face-off just outside the blue line. 11:43 to play here. Still 4-0 our score. Tipped out of harm's way by Patterson and dumped into the zone. Getting to it first is Wisentanner. Unable to keep possession. Patterson gets a stick on it, unable to get the clear. Finally, the Whalers get it back to the point. Pass is deflected. And back to mid-ice as Barnstable tries to reset. Quickly gets it in the zone. Bertling and Patterson battle for possession. Sent along the boards. And Barnstable keeps it in. Good forecheck by the Redhawks. Bertling behind the net. Pass in front. Shot whizzes wide of the net. Pass goes through the crease. Backhanded attempt. Scores. So too much pressure in front of Muse as Whiteley gets her second of the evening. Again, just too much offensive pressure here in front of Muse as she was unable to get across the net to make a save. 10:48 to play here in the second. 5-0 our score. Phoebe Fitch gets to it, sends it wide of the net. As the Whalers remain on the attack. Here's a pass through the crease. Fitch unable to get to it. She was posted up And back to mid-ice it goes. Whalers gain the zone. Verney unable to keep it in play. And here's Fitch. She pokes it into the offensive end. And De Silva will gather it and gain the zone. De Silva around a couple of defenders. Pass is deflected. Good job by the Whalers on defense. Poke checked away by the Whalers. Fitch sends it into the offensive end. Icing will be whistled here at 9:48 here in the second period. We'll have a face-off back in the Barnstable offensive end. Again, stay with us tomorrow. We've got boys hoops against CCA. Friday, the girls get back on the hardwood against Rising Tide. And Saturday, the boys will be facing off against the Garner Wildcats. Boys picked up a solid win. Another icing. We'll head back down the river. Another solid effort by the Whalers as they put up 66 points. They're averaging just short of 70 per game. Burke Lombardi with his 5th straight 20-point effort led the Whalers in offense. It was an 11-2 spurt to begin the second half that broke the game open, and the Whalers won by 11, 66-55. Barnstable gains the zone. It'll be Wisentanner the first to the puck. Unable to clear the zone as Cannon gets to it. Shot off the post. Rebound shot. Muse with the save. Good defense by Wisentanner behind the net. Pass in front. Muse gets a stick on it. Still loose. And poked away. Lifted in and deflected wide of the net. Good defense by the Whalers. In front dangerously. And through the middle. And somehow finds the net, the redirect by Croteau. As the lead swells to 6-0. Muse is in good position, but the redirect deflected just over her, as you saw on the replay. Clock stops at 8:37. The score now 6-0. As the Redhawks keep the pressure on. Good poke check. No whistle on the trip. Whalers gain the zone. Centering pass. Nobody home for Nantucket. That was Eden Myers with a good advance. And spinning around, looking to get some wood on it. Here's a shot. Nearly one-timed in. Just off the stick. Good look. Flipped out of the zone, but the Redhawks are right there. Good move to evade one. Shot whizzes wide. That's Catherine Buckler with another shot on goal for the Redhawks. Advance in, dangerous shot, lifted up over the net. Point blank shot. Good forecheck by the Redhawks. That's sophomore Marnie Sonnabend. She's got it here at the point. Lifts it in on net. Muse gets a stick down for the save. And good physicality by Megan Olson along the boards to gain the puck. And the Whalers get the clear. Offside going to be the call as it drifted over the blue line, and Buckler touching it stops the clock at 7:05 left here in the second period. Whalers have given up 2 more goals here, and timeout called by the Whalers and Coach McNeely will take it here. Clock stops at 7:05. We'll be back here with more second period action. Your Whalers girls varsity hockey team looking to find the net here. They're down 6-0 with 7:05 to play in the second.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Well, welcome back to live action. As you can see, the face-off just outside the blue line. 6-0 our score, 7:05 to play here in the second. And back to mid-ice as the Red Hawks look to get something going here. Shuttleworth chases after the puck, and both players go down. And it'll be Patterson gaining the puck here. Tipped as play continues here in the neutral zone. Patterson loses a skate, but we'll get to it first. Played along the boards. And at the point, Sophia Fellows sends it back in. Good forecheck by the Red Hawks. Yeah, they were winless 2 years ago. So with a couple of victories here and in all likelihood another victory here tonight, they'll move back to 3-3. Advanced in by Verney. Gains the zone. Shuttleworth avoids one. Unable to deke another. And the Red Hawks get the clear and advancing in. It's Fellows. Backhanded shot deflected. Good defense by the Whalers. Fellows circles. Couple of Whalers converge. And back the other way, Whalers got numbers. 2-on-1. Good defense by the Red Hawks to thwart that. Shuttleworth battles for it, and a stick goes flying up nearly. Look out, Olivia. It's not just pucks, it's sticks too. Patterson deflects it up to mid-ice. And ahead, Yelverton. Here's an advance by Nantucket. As the puck goes wide, Lorelei Fox able to get to it and kept in play. Nice forecheck. Here's Fox. Backhand attempt to keep it in. Unable to do so by the Whalers. Cross ice it goes, D to D. Red Hawks are there first. Good board pass as it comes along. And entering the zone. And quickly backhanded out of harm's way. It will be an icing call at 4:32 left here in the second period. Six 0 our score. Whalers down. We are in the second period of action here. If you're just joining us here on the NSC and NCTV, happy to have you along here. Of course, we are on YouTube across the planet and locally here on channel 1072 in Super HD. Whalers advance. Shot on goal. In front, loose. Still loose. As play continues, good pressure provided. And the Red Hawks will get the clear. De Silva Skates through a couple of defenders. Wraparound attempt, and Muse is there. Good job by De Silva there. As she gets back into her defender position. She's back at the point. Shot goes in. Muse with the save. Deflected wide in the crease. Juicy rebound, but the Whalers are able to clear. Here's Yelverton against De Silva. Kept in play. And good forecheck by the Whalers. And finally back to mid-ice. Wizen-Tanner gets to it. She'll avoid one. Cannon tries to sway it away. Pass was deflected. Pass goes through the crease. Whalers able to get to it. And back to mid-ice. Wizen-Tanner sends it back in. And Patterson puts it on net, but good defense as the Whalers will have to reset. Wizen-Tanner tries a board pass to herself. Unable to connect. And Shuttleworth battles along the boards. And flipped into the offensive end by Varsity. Patterson plays it. Barnstable will ice the puck here, and clock will stop at 2:05 as we'll have a face-off back in the offensive end for Nantucket. And a better effort here as just a couple of goals let in. I know that in the big scheme of things, it's a much better effort defensively for the Whalers. They've actually had a couple of shots on goal, a couple of good opportunities against Cody Shuttleworth, unable to win the face-off, and the Red Hawks head back the other way. Buckler. Nice ward off there, and finally a penalty. It'll be a cross-check as, again, I got a hunch they're not going to call it unless it's egregious, and that one was pretty obvious. So the first penalty called on either squad here, as Wizen-Tanner will head to the penalty box for the final 2 minutes. Wizen-Tanner, excuse me. Barnstable on the power play for the remainder of the period if they don't score. Back to the point. Sent into the corner, advancing in, cross-ice pass. Here's De Silva. She lifts one on net. Muse is able to get a stick on it. Here's De Silva. Pass over to the corner. Shot lifted up. Muse gets to it behind the net. Deflects over the net. Back pass to De Silva. And leaks over the blue line, and a whistle. As I believe dual penalties are being assessed. Megan Olson on the Whalers side of things, and Carly Booten. So it'll be some 4-on-3 activity, I believe. Or is it 5-on-4? They're figuring that out here, as I believe it was just a little unsportsmanlike conduct by both players. So 5-on-4 still in lieu of 4-on-3. So keep the unsportsmanlike penalty for both teams. That's basically like a double technical. Yelverton gets to it. They will count down inside the score table for the unsportsmanlikes, as the initial penalty with 50 seconds left is really the only one that matters here. Whalers on the offensive end. Patterson keeps it in. And unable to clear are the Redhawks. So good job by the PK unit here to waste some time. And again, Patterson sent in by Nantucket. Still 30 seconds left on the penalty to Weisentanner. But the Redhawks are playing with it in their own end. Finally get it advanced out at mid-ice. Spinning, good spin move to gain the zone. Muse gets down on it, rebounds, scores. With 9 seconds to go on the penalty. Leah Bertling in the right place at the right time. And 2 seconds left on the game clock. So, again, one of those that you just wish you could have wasted another couple seconds to head to the third period. But nonetheless, Barnstable nets their 7th goal with just 2 seconds to go in the period. And they take advantage of the power play. And that'll do it for period number 2. Whalers give up 3 more goals here. And we will head to period number 3. Whalers down 7-0. We'll be back with some more chatting about today's game and the upcoming action for the rest of the week. Period number 3 upcoming. Whalers down 7-0.
What is Stroll? Wow, it's about the feelings of Christmas. I've said for many years that Norman Rockwell himself could not have thought up a better weekend festival. Truly, it's magnificent. Christmas Stroll in Nantucket is full of good feelings, full of Christmas spirit. It is a lot of happy faces. It is generally a party vibe, especially with the visitors. A lot of folks get dressed up. It's sort of like the kickoff, I think, for so many people to feel what's coming, to feel Christmas, and to embrace it.
Stroll was started 50 years ago by the Chamber of Commerce as a way to thank the local people and to get them involved and to encourage them to shop local.
There's no question that it is very good for business.
Well, Marcia may be going to spend a lot of money here. I'm just along to try to keep her from doing that.
Back then, the electricity to man the trees was sort of looped from lamppost to lamppost above ground. We would all be stationed at a certain corner and listen to someone saying, flip the switch. And we literally would flip switches on certain street corners.
That went on for a long time.
It went on for a very long time.
Yeah, that didn't end. And there was always flip the switch.
You sort of crossed your fingers and hoped they would all go on.
And occasionally it didn't. Once in a while, the big tree didn't go on and there was a scramble.
And we got so good at it that people from off island started coming here to shop. So that's what I think is wonderful.
Well, I think it was a way for the community to come together. We have the best backdrop ever of Main Street. It is the most picturesque with the trees and wreaths and window boxes. I mean, it was a beautiful location.
The Nantucket Strolls magic. It was just a really, really sweet, small town experience. So I started photographing Stroll probably in the early 80s. And, you know, it was incredibly magical. This town just does it up, and in such a beautiful way. It was very inspiring for me to photograph, and especially if we got snow.
So it's about 150 trees, 55 trees. So this process typically takes us, it's about 7 people for 7 days installing the trees and the lights, including the big tree up on Main Street. You know, so it's a pretty good undertaking, and we still have to continue to do other things as well. So it's a daunting task, but we enjoy it. We love it.
I'm just always blown away by the themes people do come up with that I would never think of. I love how everyone's an individual, and you just walk around looking at the trees, like, that's great. I never would have thought of it.
The biggest event is to collect Santa Claus off of the Coast Guard cutter from the North Pole.
When I come to Nantucket, I like to come the slow way with my friends from Coast Guard Station Brant Point.
For the station, it ends up being kind of an all-hands thing. And we get to bring Santa over to the Highline Pier where there's a...
Want to welcome you back to the Bog Nantucket Community Ice Rink as we're in between period number 2 and 3. Whalers down 7-0, but scratch the score here. We're hanging out with head coach Andrew McNeely. Coach, obviously, a couple of those goals 30 seconds in and 2 seconds left in the period. Get rid of those. You're now at 5. And again, just playing great hockey. They're skating with everyone. What are your thoughts here so far?
You know, we lost to them 10-2 the first go around, the first game of the season. We're playing a much better game. We're playing more aggressive. We're playing to the puck. We're playing with them. It's a much different team than that Barnstable saw a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So as a coach, that's all you can really ask for. Absolutely.
Ruby Muse, lets that one in right off the bat. Otherwise, I think she's played fantastic. Your thoughts on your goaltender?
Ruby's been the best player on this team for the last 3 years. To come in, step up, and play goalie, never having played goalie before, and just now watching her from 3 years ago, night and day difference. She's keeping us in it. You know, the score doesn't reflect her save percent average. She's still boosting a 900% save percent averge.
Which is unbelievable in the high school level, any level, really, but certainly at the high school level. And got to get one in here, just to build the confidence. That scrum in front I thought might have snuck in, but unfortunately did not. You've lost your voice. I'm waiting to lose mine, but let's see if we can net one in here. Any final thoughts? What are you looking for in the third period?
And that's it. I'm hoping today's the day we get our lucky bounces. It's been 3 years of no bounces, so I hope today's the day. Like, these girls unfortunately just can't catch a break. Like, anything that doesn't go their way doesn't go their way. So it'll be good this period. They're fired up.
I look for it, and you're fired up too, which is awesome. It starts from the top and works its way down.
Energy is there for a third period. It's there.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck in the third period. Hopefully we can net a couple here and make this a little more interesting as far as score-wise. But obviously, what you said to me before the game has reflected. The energy is there, the love for the game, the passion for the game. That's the stuff you can't teach, and all the rest of the stuff will come. Obviously, the future looks very bright here.
Future is very bright for this team.
Absolutely.
Good things are to come.
Absolutely. We'll take another quick break here as Tony does his Zamboni work here. 7-0 the score, but again, as you can see, a very competitive third period is what I look forward to calling here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll be back with the third period. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carr.
Nantucket Community Television. My name is Jackie Van Yon, and I am going to be hosting the 28th annual Boston Pops concert here on Nantucket Island. Come join me at Jetty's Beach, and we are going to interview some of the locals and see what they think about the Pops. Where are we today, Tom?
We're at the Pops. Boston
Pops.
Pops, the 28th annual Boston Pops down at Jetty's Beach. It's awesome.
Yes, it
Perfect
is.
weather, perfect day. Going to be a perfect night. Drones, fireworks show, the whole deal.
Now, are you excited for the Bruce Springsteen cover band?
Yes, love Bruce Springsteen. One of my first concerts I ever went to was Bruce Springsteen back in D.C., Washington, D.C.
How many years have you been coming to see the Boston Pops?
This is my first time in like 7 years, actually. Yeah, I think I've been once when I was like 12.
So how excited are you for the Bruce Springsteen cover band tonight?
I'm so excited, especially because the Bruce Springsteen biopic is coming out this year. So it's like serendipity. I got my flag in my pocket. Woo, look at that. So excited. Born to run.
How many years have you guys been attending the Boston Pops?
Our son is 31.
30 years.
I'm going to say 30.
30
years. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it is the 28th year, so,
then
28 years,
Okay,
yeah,
well, what do
almost.
I know? It feels like 30.
I'm gonna say 28 years.
28 years. This is our first one, so we're really excited. All right.
Yeah, this is our first.
It's your very first one. Okay. How excited are you guys for the Bruce Springsteen cover band tonight?
I would say very, very excited.
So excited. It's gonna be awesome.
So this is our fourth time coming, but we've missed a few years. So yeah. Started in 2014, maybe? Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And how excited are you guys tonight for the Bruce Springsteen cover band?
Love it.
Woo!
Other than last year and the year it rained, I don't remember not being here for my entire life.
So you've been to almost every Boston Pops concert is what you're telling me?
Yes, of my 23 years, I would say at least 20 of them I've been to.
Is that voluntary or against your will?
At first against my will, for sure. There were a couple of years where I was way too tired and not wanting to be here and it was crowded, but now is my favorite night of the summer, without a doubt.
So is this your first ever Boston Pops concert?
Yes, it's our first ever.
Okay.
We didn't know it was going to be on, and it was a coincidence, and so we got tickets today.
Wonderful. Well, you guys lucked out because this is a fabulous scene.
It is.
Everyone here comes together.
I want to welcome you back to live action as we say hello from the perch up here. I'm hanging out with Ashley Klatt. Ashley, obviously, score not indicative of what's going on here. As we talked with Coach McNeely, he's loving the energy, loving the excitement for the game, and definitely skating better. We need to get one in the net, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your thoughts on, because again, we haven't hung out, done a hockey game yet. Your thoughts here on the girls' squad overall?
I mean, the last game they played against this team, it went 10-2, and calling the first goal and the last one with the last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the scrum that happened down in that
front,
net over there. Yeah, it's really only a 4-0 lead, and they're playing with a lot more fire and determination, and they really want this.
Yeah, the energy is definitely one of those things that you just can't teach, their excitement for the game. Obviously, yeah, the first goal 30 seconds in, that 2 seconds left in the period, unfortunately netted one, and then a breakaway. So again, you take away those 3 goals, and this is anybody's game at 4-0. But it'd be nice to get one in the net because goals breed goals, and I know they're itching to get on the board here. So we'll see if maybe Sadie Patterson or Weisentanner can get a little something going here and get one in the net for the Whalers. And your thoughts on the game of hockey? Is this a game that you follow?
Yeah, big into hockey, big
Awesome.
hockey fan. I love watching how the boys' games are different from the girls' games, and the energy both teams bring, and the amount of determination and confidence they have, even if they're not winning in a sense. But I'm really excited to see how this third period plays out.
Absolutely, I am as well. And again, thanks for joining us here. Ashley, part of our School to Career program. for NCTV. If you are a Whalers student and watching this and want to get involved in our productions and get into the games, you got the best seat in the house here at the perch here at the bog, and give us a call. Jump an email over to Charles at ournctv.org. Stop me in the streets. We're happy to have you along here, and come join our crew, and we'll teach you everything you don't need to know about live television sports productions. And it's not ESPN, but we treat it like it's ESPN, that's for sure. 15 minutes on the clock. A couple of players in the penalty box for unsportsmanlike still. And Shuttleworth comes away with it for Nantucket as she tries to gain the zone. She does so. Tipped away. Backhanded pass through the crease. Intercepted. And a good save there, as Sierra Bacote able to squeeze that shot from the Whalers. 14:40 left here in the game. Shuttleworth once again on the faceoff. And she is just an 8th grader, number 11. She is a bright spot for sure for Nantucket's future. Tipped away and gathered here by Shuttleworth. She'll gain the zone. Deeks one. Unable to deke through the remainder of the Red Hawks defense. Good physicality by Shuttleworth. And good job by the Barnstable player for not retaliating, because that was one that was right on the edge there. And kept into the zone. Nice job by the Whalers forecheck. Leaks over the blue line there as the Whalers will have to get reset. They quickly do so as Verney tries to disrupt things, and finally Barnstable gets the clear to mid-ice. Advancing. Pass through the crease, nobody home for the Red Hawks as the Whalers played along the boards. Patterson up ahead, and this will venture on net, so no icing. And played along the boards. Nicely done, good on the forecheck there. Ford Varsity. Vasey, excuse me. How do we pronounce that one? I'm asking Ashley how to pronounce the name. It's an 8th grader, so she doesn't know who that is. 13:22 left in the game. Whalers called for another penalty. It'll be Lorelei Fox into the box for Nantucket. The unsportsmanlikes have expired. The Whalers on the PK once again. They did a great job for a minute and 51 seconds, and actually a minute 50. As Barnstable was able to net a power play goal with just 2 seconds left in the period. Here's a shorthanded attempt. Just off the puck as Vasey unable to get to it. Sticking with it, saved by Ruby Muse. Good clean shot there by Barnstable. Here's Emma Da Silva. She passes it, save! Ruby Muse squeezes it with a point-blank wrister. From the Red Hawks, Ray Whiteley, who's already got 2 goals in the game. Good job by Ruby Muse. Great position and good glove work there to make the save. So stay with us. We will definitely have the aforementioned Emma Da Silva, number 14. We'll chat with her just about her experiences with the hockey community and her amazing recovery from cancer. Played around the boards as the Whalers get to it. And cleared out of the zone momentarily. And up ahead, shorthanded. The Whalers advance to mid-ice. Leaks into the zone. And chasing after it, Eden Myers, who gets to it. Olsen swings it behind the net and had her pocket picked there by the Redhawks. Back to the point it goes. Pass into the deep slot, and the Whalers get to it. 30 seconds left on the power play. Play continues here in the neutral zone. Redhawks gain the zone. Pass deflected away. Nicely done by Eden Myers there. Back to the point. Lifted. Muse with a save. And out of harm's way momentarily. 5 seconds left on the power play. And the Redhawks gain the zone. Lifted. Save made by Muse. Power play over. Good job by the PK unit for Nantucket. Icing waved off. Chase for the puck won by the Redhawks. Off the boards. Stays in the zone for Nantucket. AC unable to get a shot into the net and leaks over the blue line. Slap back into the zone, but Weisentanner will get to it. Icing waved off here. Weisentanner will play it. Whoop, over skates at Muse, has to sneak it behind the net as the Redhawks were in on the forecheck. And back into the corner it goes. Sent along the boards. De Silva plays it back in. And she gets to it. Keeps it in. Shot on net. Muse able to get a leg pad on it. Here's De Silva again. Goes to the backhand. Skates behind the net. Puts it in on net. And she still keeps possession. Back to the point. 9:50 and counting here in the game. Pass deflected out of harm's way. Dangerously into the crease, and the Whalers will get the clear. Poke checked away, but offside going to be the call here as number 9, Leah Bertling, unable to get back onside. Leaking into the zone, a race for the puck. As Yelverton gets to it. Good job by number 2, Buckler, and another good opportunity. Pass goes into the crease. Nobody home. Deflected. As Eden Myers got a stick on it. And she gets a skate on it twice. As Barnstable looks to clear. Good poke check. That's Megan Olsen, keeps it in the zone as the Whalers continue the forecheck here. Olsen along the boards, unable to keep it in, and up ahead, it's a one-on-one move here. Shot wide of the net. And the Whalers quickly back the other way. Played on net by Lorelei Fox, and the Whalers get to it. Fox, centering attempt is deflected as the Redhawks are packing the center along the boards. Up ahead, and the Whalers will be first to it. Eden Myers skates it. Gathers. Whalers get to it once again. Cross ice pass. And connecting Estella Groh. Loses her skate. And Barnstable at mid-ice. Good defensive play there by Olsen to stop the advance. Back to mid-ice. David, Kayla David advances into the zone. And unable to clear it. Sliding through the slot goes the puck, and centering opportunity. Nobody home for the Redhawks, and the Whalers will ice the puck with 7:25 to go. 7-0 is our score, and it has been that way for the third period. Again, 3 goals, iffy goals. I don't want to call them weak goals, but ones that could be easily corrected. A much more competitive effort here for the Whalers than in their first meeting. Behind the net, play continues here. Battle for the puck. Weisentanner sent in on net. Hughes poke checked it away. Nice move along the boards as the Whalers will get the clear. That's Shuttleworth getting it out of harm's way, and the Whalers will advance. Ernie unable to control it. Shuttleworth puts it on the side of the net, or off the side of the net, I should say. And Patterson awaits it, kicks it forward with the skate. And it leaks behind her, and Weisentanner loses an edge. Patterson recovers defensively. Nice job by number 2. Centering pass, one-timer, and the Whalers are there. Muse got down on it, and Verney able to get to it. Get it out of harm's way momentarily. You approach 6 minutes to play here in the third period. Behind the net it goes. And along the side of the net, Da Silva. A good play to keep it in. Avoids a couple of defenders. Circles all the way around the zone. And plays it back to the point. Shuttleworth gets to it. Oh no. Weisentanner, excuse me. Actually, Phoebe Fitch, number 12, not 13. Leaks through the crease as we approach 5 minutes to play. Oh, Shuttleworth with a couple of good dekes. And she advances into the zone. Shot. Save made. Still loose. Deflected in front. Shuttleworth with another opportunity. And Patterson tries to keep it in, unable to do so. Redhawks advance. Shot, save made by Ruby Muse on the breakaway. Play continues. No penalty called there as a couple of bodies go down. Finally, a whistle, and we'll just have a face-off as a couple of players were tangled up at 4:40 left here in the third. Actually, it will be a penalty. Rowan Paul and number 2, Catherine Buckler for Barnstable whistled for some extracurriculars. I'm sure they were just talking about what kind of pizza they want from the Puck Cafe. So still 5-on-5 action. Leaks all the way through to Weisentanner. She can't control. And finally cleared out of the Red Hawk zone. And it was Weisentanner. Looks to gain the zone. She does so momentarily. Lifted in on net, and glove save made. A little knuckleball there by Yelverton. Good job by Bacote. 4:08 to play. Still 7-0. Would love to see the Whalers score one here. The fans filed in. Some of them have gone back to have some dinner here. Good youth hockey conglomerate right behind the net here, ready to go crazy. The Whalers can find the net. And good job from behind there by Weisentanner to break up the advance. Off Patterson's skate, she'll get to it. Sends it along the boards. Redhawks able to get to it first. Dangerously in front. Shot goes wide of Muse. De Silva able to play it in for the Redhawks. Centering pass broken up by Weisentanner. Kept in by De Silva. She sends it wide of the net. In front. Muse there in position. Good save by Ruby Muse on the point blank attempt. Again, Emma De Silva with a good job on the forecheck, keeping it in. The offensive end for Barnstable. Whalers get to it here along the boards and get it out of the zone. Quickly back in for the Redhawks. Shot wide of the net. Couple of Whalers converge on it. They need a clear here, but De Silva denies. She plays it back into the corner and chases after. Patterson's there. Runs along the boards. And out of the zone it goes. Small collision at mid-ice between Megan Olsen and Barnstable player, but no worse the wear. Whalers unable to gain the zone. There's an advance. Good job on defense there as Catherine Cannon unable to pull the trigger. But it will be a penalty on number 8, Eden Myers. Whistled for the trip. So she will be in the penalty box. And the Whalers will play the remainder 157 shorthanded. Down 7-0. They will be shorthanded unless, of course, Barnstable scores. Back to the point. Redhawks send it in, deflected in front, rebound, saved by Muse, lifted over the net. Point blank shot there, denied. Good play along the boards by Olsen. D to D here. Here's a shot all the way, doesn't make it all the way in, I should say. And the Whalers get the clear. Whalers 1 for 2 on the PK. Weisentanner, good poke check to get to it. And she just needs to lift it up out of the zone. She'll advance it a little bit and unable to gain the zone. Here's the Redhawks back the other way. Patterson will get to it. There's nobody home for the Redhawks. Patterson looking to make something happen. And that's going to be wow. No call on the trip there. Maybe incidental, I don't know. 40 seconds left here in the game, 7-0. Redhawks with the lead. Shuttleworth gives chase. And gets a deflection, gets to it, pass in front, shot! Deflected wide. Great effort by number 11. Redhawks back the other way, denied. Muse loses her feet, but able to get to it. Shot wide of the net. 9 seconds to go as the Whalers look to close it out here, and they will drop to 0-6. But again, a good effort by Nantucket, unable to find the net. Final score 7-0. Got to tip your cap to Sarah Bacote. As we'll try and gather a post-game interview or two. Whalers line up and congratulate each other. So the Whalers fall to 0-6. The Redhawks even up their record at 3-3. So Catherine Cannon, Leah Bertling with 2 goals. I believe Avery Croteau, Ray Whiteley with a couple of goals, and Carly Boutine with a goal for Barnstable. Great job by Ruby Muse in net. Again, she was peppered with shots and held tall. And again, great effort from Coach McNeely and his crew as they will continue to battle along. We'll take a quick break here as both teams have entered the locker room. But we will try and get a couple of post-game interviews here after everybody gets back out. So we'll be right back here on the NSC and NCTV as the Whalers fall 7-0 to the Barnstable Redhawks.
Good morning. It is the 4th of July. We are here in town. It is 9 a.m. And my name is Anna Popnikolova. I will be your host today. Let's go talk to some people. What do you love about the 4th of July on Nantucket?
It's just the best, right? I mean, it's awesome sun. Everybody's out. Everybody's happy. No road rage yet, right? It's all good. It's celebrating the best of Nantucket.
Watching fish with my friends and going to a party and playing music on the beach.
The water fight, we're so excited. We're lining up in a few minutes. We're going to be in the front row. We're going to get soaked. We do it every year. We love it.
I have bad news. What do you like to do on the 4th of July?
Eat ice cream for lunch. Go to the beach and watch the fireworks. It's kind of like a tradition, like we go to Jack and Charlie's every year for the 4th of July to eat ice cream for lunch.
What is your favorite 4th of July memory?
We just left the reading of the Declaration of Independence, and that's one of my favorite things. It's very timely.
And of course, the water fight. You know, all the years that we've been able to do the water fight.
Yeah, there's no water this year.
What?
We're in a drought.
We're in a drought. Please, don't run your water. Do not get in a water fight. Just light things on fire this year.
Okay, I'm not the best example for your kids. I have good morals to teach them, but as far as what I do for fun, every 4th of July, me and my buddies get a bunch of fireworks and we shoot them at each other.
Favorite 4th of July memories fireworks when, back when I was younger, we used to do it on the beach in Jettius, and you would go there instead of a blanket and lay down and look straight up at them.
What do you like about the 4th of July?
I like all the stuff happening and all the stands.
Do you like fireworks?
Yeah, I'm seeing them tonight.
Do you have any family traditions?
Right here. This is the hub of Nantucket, the excitement, the vibe. That's why we got these hats, because we want to be part of the festivities. But I've been coming for 38 years.
I like to walk downtown and go to Jetty's Beach.
What is kind of great about the 4th of July on Nantucket?
Nantucket in general, right? It's a small town community feel, and I think like the 4th of July is every community celebrates it differently. I think the fact that there are things that are very family friendly, the fireworks are awesome. Main Street has the Touch a Truck today, and there's so many things going on. I like that there's something.
We're back with, this is Ashley Klatt. We're back with the roles are reversed. I'm the new Chris Morris, and as you know, this wasn't the, score we wanted, 7-0, but we're gonna switch it over to Chris Morris,
Can't fake it.
who's down here with Emma De Silva.
Thanks very much, Ashley. We're here with Emma De Silva. An amazing story, obviously, for you to just be here playing on the game on the ice, and with head coach for the Barnstable Redhawks. But Tell us a little, just a brief synopsis of your whole experience. I mean, obviously you used that hockey family to get back here on ice after your battle with what, obviously, excuse us, Tony, live television, that obviously, can affect people in a lot of different ways. Just tell us a little bit about your experiences.
So kind of just got like rushed into it, like put right into chemo, and then I just all through it just wanted to get through it, just to get back to hockey. That was my motivation. And then 4 months after I got back playing club hockey after chemo, and then rolled right into high school hockey. I did honestly pretty good for what I just gone through. I thought I had a lot of resilience, and what I went through just really helps me push myself to the best I can, because it's just a lot of motivation. It's just a lot, and I think I'm just proud of myself for everything, and I just think that it's awesome that I could get back.
Absolutely, and again, we've never met here, but I just feel your story. And talk to us a little bit about Maya White, obviously a former teammate of yours, and her foundation that she's done, the Maya's Militia.
Yeah, I was not on the team yet when she got diagnosed, but I was supporting her the whole way through, and then she also had a great battle. She took a couple years to get back because, it sucks, it's hard. But she got back. She was out for a while, but she played amazing, had a bunch of resilience herself. I thought she played amazing. It was just, the whole thing is just so awesome to watch.
It's just very cool to go beyond the ice here with a story like this, and certainly your experiences. Congratulations. You played a great game today, almost caught a couple in the net. Coach, talk to us, obviously in your first year, but you've been around this game long enough to know that the hockey family runs deep. What does this player mean to your game beyond the ice?
Well, you mentioned the hockey family, and it goes back to, unfortunately, a tradition in Barnstable of supporting students and players and families who've been stricken with cancer in it. Going back to Caroline Fries and the Fries family, which started the Pink in the Rink, obviously having Maya's situation, and then Emma's situation. I wasn't involved with the team at the time, but everybody knew and was able to see from afar the courage and effort that these kids put into it, and it's really impressive. It's never something, you don't wish tragedy or difficulty upon somebody, but as an opportunity to use that, as Emma said, as motivation is pretty inspiring, and should be for most people that come across her.
It was inspiring me enough to take time to recognize it and continue your incredible efforts. Congratulations, and stay healthy. Complete remission. You're free, right, Round?
Yep, I go back every 4 months. I'm in remission.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations to you guys. Great game tonight, and continued success on the rest of the season, and keep battling, right? Absolutely. All right, back to you guys. Again, Barnstable wins 7-0 here. We're going to see if we can get a couple of our players here coming up right as we continue our coverage here on the NSC and NCTV.
Girls are strong. Girls can throw. Girls can play football if they have a determined mindset. Girls don't have to just look pretty, they can pack a punch, believe me. My name is Ashley Klatt. I'm on the Nantucket Whalers football team, and here's my story. Girlhood to me was very different than a lot of people's girlhood. I grew up watching the Dallas Cowboys every Sunday with my dad, my sister, and my entire family, and I just loved watching the game, all aspects of it, and you just have to get used to it, push through, and you just have to get used to it, push through, and be that person you know is deep down inside. I empower myself by showing people that she's not just here to wear a jersey and look pretty. She's here to get dirty, get rough, get tough, get to some place where things are possible and things can happen. People will give you weird looks and think oh, this person, they're different because they're a girl playing a male-dominated sport, but you need to always have that confidence and determination. You will always look back on, I did that, I achieved.
We're back here at the Bog here as we chatted with head coach from the Barnstable Redhawks and Emma Da Silva, a cancer survivor. Great story, and it was worthy of our extra time here. Appreciate the time from them, and it's one of those things, Ashley, that you don't wish upon anyone, as Coach said, but the hockey family that is very deep here on that Cape and Islands really rallied around her, and she certainly showed a lot of perseverance, and she's a good skater, real good skater. I'm surprised she didn't score tonight. She scored 2 in that first matchup, but overall I think the girls played very well. Your thoughts on the game?
I mean, it was such a turnaround in the third period. I'm pretty sure only let 1 in, and they were going at it. They really wanted to get a goal.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, but they played their hearts out.
Yeah,
completely.
absolutely. And they will battle some more here. We've got 5 more games for the Whalers. We get to see them 4 more times here upcoming. Our next broadcast is tomorrow, and then we got one on Friday, and then we got one on Saturday. We've got the boys for a couple more games here. They will face CCA, just 1-4 on the season, but CCA always comes up with a tough game against the Whalers. And then the girls face Rising Tide on Friday. The boys back on the hard court at home on Saturday against Gardner. The Wildcats from middle of Massachusetts going to make a trek across the state of Massachusetts and play us for the first time. So we hope you can join us. We hope you can join us, of course. Ashley, part of our School to Career program at NCTV. And if you want to come join us on some of these productions, please, if you're a Whaler student, get a hold of us one way or the other. Talk to your teacher about it. Doesn't matter. We'll find you, and we will get you in the mix here as we throw Ashley into the wolves occasionally, but she rolls with it quite nicely and gaining on-the-field experience for live TV. Cannot fake live TV. For all of us here at NCTV and the NSC, thanks for joining us here for another great Whalers athletic event. We will be back at it again tomorrow. Have a great evening, Whalers Nation. Unfortunately, the Whalers fall short here 7-0 to the Barnstable Redhawks. Good night.